What up, players? Warboss Tay up in this mug. Hey, if you happen to be in the San Antonio, Texas area, check out the sponsor for today's video. It's Hole in the Wall Hobbies. It's a great place full of knowledgeable, friendly staff, and they've got a lot of product there. So check it out if you're in the area, and if Mike is working, tell him Tay said hi. Now, I'm going to be showing off a bunch of different Horus Heresy Forgeworld miniatures that I was able to procure through Mike from Hole in the Wall Hobbies, and I want to share with you today the Night Lord's Legion Praetor. You can either build him with a helmet with the wings or this bare head, and I'm showing off the fact that these two spears on the back of his jump pack with the flayed skin flags flying high in the breeze, they're actually I built them too long. They were on a piece of the sprue. You'll see it came out too long, so I clipped them off, I snipped them, and I think the picture for this on the Games Workshop website says that you can even clip them closer to the flags, have it almost like glue the flag so that they're touching as they stream down behind the jump pack. But here you can see what I'm talking about. I clipped the two little pieces there holding the resin to the bottom tab, and I'm not really sure where to clip the actual spear itself. So I actually overcompensated and I clipped too much of the spear remaining on the actual piece. So what I'm going to do is, as you saw in the introduction video, once he's all built up, after this section, once the glue dried, I went ahead and I clipped the two spear shafts, and then I re-glued it so it's a little bit shorter. Now what I'm doing is I'm clipping off all the extra tabs and bits of resin that don't need to be on the miniature. I'm trying to figure out what this piece is here. It's a little spike. About halfway through building the model, I realized that the spike is actually a part of his left leg armor. So this is a very simple model. It's very clean. It is nice and set so that everything that has to go in at the angle it needs to, there's no fuss, there's no question about where everything goes. And then you've got a little spare skull here. It's not spare. You've got a loose skull that actually hangs off of the chain wrapped around his right shoulder pad. So today I'm going to be using Bob Smith Industries Instant Glue Accelerator with this super glue here, very thick, almost like a super glue gel. And I found after using a bunch of different glues and types of products that this is the best for me. The gel is thick, it's heavy. Once you get it on the model, you dry fit it like I'm doing here with the arm, and you put that glue on, it really sticks the pieces together when you press them because the thickness of the gel just makes it like perfect. So here I'm fitting the tab correctly, at least I think it's correct, as you're about to see when I'm trying to glue the chain glaive onto the forearm on the right arm and the wrist of the left arm. I just can't get the angle right, and I couldn't decide if it was because if you take a look at the chain glaive, it's a little warped in the handle between the hands. So that could play a huge factor. It could also be that I got the left arm in at not the best angle so that it wasn't meeting the two contact points where you can see the wrist of the left hand as well as the elbow of the right arm, so that the forearm that's attached to the chain glaive wasn't going in at the right angle. I finally found something that I think is correct. So what I did was I just loaded it up with super glue and sprayed that Bob Smith Industries on it to make sure it doesn't move. Now, if you really want to be a stickler for things, you could put in some plastic putty from Vallejo, some liquid green stuff from Games Workshop. Just fill in that gap right where the right arm meets the right forearm. I might actually go ahead and do that before I begin painting this guy. I want to make sure that he's nice and solid and firm. He's coming in on a 32mm round base, which you could see right behind my miniature there. So the putting it all together here, it does take a little bit of a minute, and once it gets on, I'm pretty excited, I'm pretty stoked, and I do decide to add a little bit more super glue and just hit it with the Bob Smith Industries Super Glue Accelerator. Yep, adding a little bit more gel to really solidify and get those pieces glued on together. So Mike from Hole in the Wall Hobbies has been a great help these past few days. I was thinking about shifting the direction in which my channel is going, because I don't think I'm able to compete with a lot of the big dogs in the ring, but I am able to carve out my own little niche on YouTube. I've been doing it for 14 years now, and I think the way for me to move forward, something that I would enjoy doing and that I hope I will have an audience for, is to really dive into the Heresy era miniatures. And I picked up a great lot from Mike through eBay, and I can't wait to show it off to you. It's a bunch of Death Guard. I'm getting more Night Lords. There's Solar Auxilia. There's a whole slew of miniatures that I'm going to be sharing with you pretty soon. So stay tuned to my channel, and if you are new here, welcome. Thanks for checking out this video. I hope you subscribe and ring the bell for notifications so that you can always be alerted when a new video goes live. I am offering a channel membership as well, while I'm gluing these two spears onto the back of my jump pack that look absolutely ridiculous and over the top. And as you can see, there's a little bit of a bend in the middle there, so I do feel much better once I clipped it away and got it shorter to the jetpack itself. Seriously, this looks ridiculous. Like, look at those two spears, how high they are. They just add way too much height. And my channel memberships include some badges. I want to get more done through the memberships and offer members only videos and all the sorts of things I used to offer off of Patreon. So if you want to jump in at the low price of $1.99 a month, then you can feel free. Please check it out and see if any of that interests you. But yeah, in general, my channel is going to be doing a lot more work in the Heresy era. You're going to see miniatures, resin miniatures from Forgeworld that I forgot even existed until I was able to source them and find them, and now I get to share them with you. Very big excitement, much anticipation, and here you can see that damn skull. There's a little nubbin right at the top, at the center of the skull. I'm not sure if you can see it, but it is meant to attach realistically to the chain wrapped around the shoulder pad. So don't give up, don't get impatient and just stick that super glue on at any angle haphazardly. The little tab at that skull really is meant to connect to the chain. So if you don't get it angled in like exactly the correct spot, it's going to look like it's weighted strangely, that it's not hanging naturally the way a skull would if it was chained at that angle and just hanging. It's a great effect, and it does really elevate this model. It's a Praetor after all, so it's like one of the greatest warriors in the Legion, and they want to show off how brutal and bloodthirsty the Night Lords were. Now I'm going to attempt to put this spike into the left leg armor. It took me a couple of tries, and the super glue gel just wasn't setting enough to hold it so that I could take my hand away long enough to spray it with the super glue accelerator. I'm really doing some extra footwork by pressing it in place, holding it in place. Logistically, it would have made sense to put this model on the base like much earlier beforehand. But at this point, I've got the model built up, I'm ready to go, so I'm just gluing its feet to the 32mm round base. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, the Night Lord's Praetor with two little spikes on the back with the flayed flesh flags, letting him fly high, and his super awesome chain glaive. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to hit the like button before you go. Leave me a comment and let me know, what is your favorite Legion to paint in the Heresy era? I actually am hoping to do a lot more, not just Horus Heresy era, but Great Crusade era, some pre-Primarch Legion colors, like the Warhounds before they became the World Eaters. There's a lot going on, and I'm glad you guys are here to hang out with me and take the journey with me, and I can't wait to continue sharing with you all of the great new miniatures that are coming to the studio, hopefully to be painted up by myself, thrown back on eBay, and sold for mucho dinero. Thanks for watching, everybody. See you in the next one. Latest, players!